Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name's Star. I'm a 34-year-old mom who loves makeup. I love all makeup, indie brands, drugstore, high-end, luxury, everything. And if you like colorful makeup, then this is a good place for you because I love doing colorful looks. So today I thought that we would go over my if I could only keep 10 eyeshadow palettes. So if that seems like something you're interested in, then just keep on watching. Okay, first off, a few things. I have a friend right here. We're going to name him Steve, and we're going to ignore him for the rest of the time because that's how it goes. Second of all, on my eyes is the Exotic Peacock palette from Pinky Rose. This is what it looks like right here. I saw Elena Glam on YouTube recently get this, and she did a video on it. And I had this palette, and honestly, I had been thinking of decluttering it, but it's so beautiful, and the eye look she did was amazing, so I knew I had to pull it back out. The eyeshadow looks okay. Today is not my best work. If you guys know, this is like the first time I filmed in like maybe 2 weeks because I've been working and I haven't had time. So that's where we're at, and my eyeshadow skills have definitely depleted since then. So these palettes are in no particular order. I could not order these if I wanted to. I just know that if my house burnt down tomorrow, knock on wood, that I would immediately go out and repurchase these. So my first palette is from Wicked Sister Cosmetics, and it's called the Slash My Heart palette. If you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you know that I love Wicked Sisters. It is one of my favorite indie brands, and they are definitely an underrated brand in my opinion. I don't hear anybody talk about them, but I have done a look with this on my Instagram, and the quality is amazing. It is beautiful. It's, of course, like a red-toned shadow look. This came out for Valentine's Day this year, and it is, like I said, it's just gorgeous. The mattes are creamy. The shimmers, they go on the eye beautifully. I am in love with this palette. And sneak peek alert, my other two Wicked Sister cosmetic palettes came in today. It's the where do I have them at? Hang on. It's the House of Horrors palette, the Texas Chainsaw inspired one, and the In Your Dreams palette, which is the Freddy Krueger inspired one. And I'm not going to show you guys what these look like. I have swatches up on my Instagram right now, and I do plan on doing a look with these either over there on Instagram or here on YouTube. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, go check it out. The link will be in my description, but it's just Starlight Beauty 3 over there, and follow me on all of my social medias. Okay, so that was one that I could not live without. And then the second one is my Natasha Denona Love palette. Once again, this came out for like a Valentine's Day or whatever, and it has a lot of those red tones, the pinks, the purples. But guys, I have never gotten more compliments on eyeshadows than when I wear this palette. Here's a couple swatches. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, this is one of her midi size, and I think it's $65. I only own this one and the Nuzindo in her $65. I don't own any of her like $129 or like $200 and something ones. And I own a lot of her 5 pans. And I do say that this quality is definitely better than her 5 pans. Now, I also really love the mini Love palette that she came out with. I think that one was this year. This might have been a release last year around Valentine's Day. I'm not sure. But I have that one too, and both of those are great. And they pair well together. They're not like, they don't overlap any colors really. So I'd say if you have both of them, it's fine. If you only want one, then just get whichever one the color story calls. But I love this, and I could not live with that one without that one. Now, the next one, and like I said, guys, these are in no particular order because there's no way I could order these, is the Carnival 3 from Be Perfect. I went back and forth on which ones I should add because I actually originally thought I was going to add the Carnival, the XL, because I like some of the colors in that one better. But this one, I don't know. I find that I use this one more Here's some swatches right there. Let me show you some of the greens and the blues. I use this one more. So even if the color story in the XL is something that's terrible swatching, Star, that I like better. Like I said, I always pull for this one more, and I couldn't live without this. But guys, realistically, all the Carnivals, the 1, 2, and 3 are very, very good. I recommend all of them. It just depends on what color story you're looking for, and things like that. Like the first one has a lot more like neutrals and like sunsetty colors and things like that. So, I mean, whichever one you prefer. But like I said, I have all 3 of them. But this is definitely one I could not live without. Okay, so the next palette, and I think this is like the last like luxury palette I have. Let's see, I had the Natasha Denona, and then I have this one, and this one is the Dior Backstage Eye Palette in the shade Cool Neutrals. This one I love just for like everyday cool tone neutral looks. So this is something I would wear to work, maybe a date night if I was looking for something really, really soft. Guys, I'm gonna have an obscene amount of glitter on my hand after this. It's okay, I'm not going anywhere. As you can guys see, I'm just in a t-shirt. Actually, it's an Easter t-shirt. It's just a Saturday. I'm chilling at home. This is what the swatches look like. I just didn't see a point. I put on a bra for you guys, so. But anyway, I love this. I want to get more of these. I want to get. They had one that came out that was limited edition, I think, for like Christmas last year or maybe the year before. It was like a smoky one. I don't know if that one's still on their website or anything like that. If I were to get it, I'd have to order it off Poshmark. Maybe, but that one was like, I was very interested in that one, but I just didn't want to pay the money back when it came out because a lot of smoky like palettes were coming out like that. Like the Anastasia Sultry palette was one of them that came out, and so I bought that one instead of this one. But anyway, I absolutely love that palette. Now, another indie brand that I really like is Give Me Glow. And some of their, I'm looking at my eyeshadow palettes I have from them. 2 of them are not the best quality. I know everybody goes crazy over them, but I love Gimme Glow, but really where it's at is their shimmers. And this is the Gimme Glow. This is the Grunge palette. Believe it or not, I wouldn't put like the Vintage Rose or the Vivid Rose or any of those in here, but this one I absolutely love. I think this is one of their better formulas. I have trouble with Gimme Glow mattes usually, but these mattes perform beautifully. Here's some swatches of the mattes. That was a terrible swatch of this purple right there on my knuckle. But everybody talks about their shimmers. And I have got to say, Gimme Glow's shimmers are some of the best shimmers I've ever tried in my entire life. And this palette, I can get a grungy look. I can get a neutral look. I can get like a sultry look if I wanted to pair like this black eyeshadow right here with like this, and then like maybe do a halo eye with it. I love this palette. Like I said, it's not one of like their best sellers and their most talked about, but I couldn't live without this palette right here. So that's this one. So now how many palettes are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 5. So on to the 6th one. And this is another indie brand. This is Melt. And I have to, of course, give it to the Gemini palette because this palette is a green lover's dream. That's what it looks like. It is grungy. Again, I love those grungy fall like colors on my eyes. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. When I want something in fall, I pull these out. Like, that is just, it's fall in a palette right here. And Melt's quality, I know people are saying that Melt's quality is hit or miss. I actually like all the Melt palettes I have. I don't have one, well, no, I take that back. The Millennial Pink palette from Melt, I don't really like. It's not so much a formula issue as like a shade issue. I don't find myself like reaching for that palette for the shades. But I even like the new Mary Jane palette. And I know people say like their shimmers are like can be chunky and things like that. But I find when I put them on my eye, it looks beautiful. So definitely highly recommend the Melt Gemini palette. Sorry, I have to keep stopping because I have to keep wiping the swatches off. Okay, so my next palette is a pretty affordable palette. And if you've watched any of my videos, you guys know I absolutely love this brand. And this is the BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin Palette. Everybody and their mother went crazy when this palette came out. I think like Angelica Nyqvist was like the major proponent of like everybody had to buy this after they watched her video. And with good reason, because this palette is gorgeous. And if you love blues but still want like wearable blues, definitely pick up this palette, because there are like some more neutrally tones that go well with it. You got champagne shimmers, you got like this black called Baker's Dozen. It has like glitters in it, and I do find that they actually do show up on the eye. But you can tap them off, and then this can be just a matte black. But look at these swatches. And this palette is under $20. It's like BH quality has gotten insane. I remember back when they had their 120 eyeshadows or whatever, and everybody had them, you know, if you were into makeup back then, because that was like the thing to have. But they weren't good quality. I mean, let's give it up. But the Brunch collection, their Sweet Shop collection, even some of their new, the City or the Travel series, those are really, really good. So I highly recommend those. I love the Blueberry Muffin. I love the Mimosa. I love the Green Avocado. I really love this, what's it called? Smitten in Switzerland. That's a really, really good one from their Travel series, that if you want more like neutrally tones. But like I said, and those are affordable. You can get them at Ulta. You can get them online at BH. But, I mean, so you can't buy them in the drugstore unless you're, like, in Ulta and shopping on the drugstore side. But it's definitely affordable. Okay, so my next palette is another indie eyeshadow brand, and it's Ace Beauté. Guys, everybody that I hear talk about these does not like Ace Beauté formula. And I don't know why. I have 3 or 4 of their palettes. I love their formula. I know that their mattes are very dry. This is what it looks like right here. Maybe I should show it to you. And the color story is so unique in here. And like I said, this is another good one that you could pull out for fall. I was actually thinking about doing my favorite fall eyeshadow palettes. If that's something that you guys would be interested in, then just like give me a thumbs up, or like leave a comment down below so that I'll know and I can film that for you. But, I heard they redid their formula, so like all their stuff was on BoxyCharm and stuff. And I mean, that's great, because I've heard the new formula is amazing too. But I mean, I still like their old formula. And like this color pumpkin, this moss color, like this is just a unique palette. And this came out in a time when like these shades, you just didn't put them in a palette. Like Ace Beauté was like one of the first brands to do this. So I love this palette. Highly recommend that. The next eyeshadow palette I have is one that you actually can't get anymore. So, like if all of these went away and I had to repurchase these, I wouldn't be able to. So, I'm very sad about that. But this is the Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette. And this was the first that I tried. I went and bought their Sunset Horizons after that. I went and bought their like New Romantics. I got the Wilderness palette coming in the mail. It should be here sometime this week. So if you guys want me to film on that, then leave me a comment and let me know. Which I'm probably going to film on it anyway, to be honest. But this color story, anybody who loves, like, you know me, I'm like a blue-green eyeshadow type of person. And I have to say, Beauty Bay's formula is amazing. Their shimmers, they feel like the ColourPop Super Shocks. And their mattes are extremely creamy. I mean, there's not much more to say about it. For under $15, I mean, you can get, well, not this particular palette, but Beauty Bay's palettes, they go on sale all the time. And this is just, this shade right here called Crystal. It is like a duochrome. It is, can you see that? It is amazing. And I highly recommend all palettes from Beauty Bay. But if you can get your hands on this one from like Poshmark or anything like that, like grab it. You will not be disappointed. And this blue down here, like I love navy blues. And this one is like really, really good. Hey babe, what you doing? You made me breakfast. Oh, my hubby made me breakfast. Oh, he's so sweet. Hang on, let me wipe these swatches off and then I'll be back. Okay, guys, so we're down to the last palette. And to be honest, this one, I know a lot of y'all If you followed me, like I said, for any length of time, are not going to be surprised that this palette is in here. And when you see it, you'll know why. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. This is the original one, but it does have the shade names on the back. So I didn't get it during the first release where everybody got those like cards or whatever. I got this like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months later after they came out with the shade names on the back. But it's not the new formula. I guess they like reformulated and it was supposed to be vegan or something like that. And like everybody got mad because it wasn't actually vegan and nobody knew they reformulated. I don't know. I think that's the tea, but it might not be. But this is my palette. I know it looks terrible. I did a pan that palette on this, I think last year. It might have been the year before. And I hit pan. And I was actually going to declutter this. And then I found out that the new ones wasn't the same quality as this. So I decided to keep this one. And I'm just going to use it until I can't use it anymore. I mean, I know eyeshadows supposedly have expiration dates. But come on, guys. Do any of us actually follow the expiration dates on eyeshadow palettes? I mean, if you do, like, more power to you, but I keep my stuff forever unless, you know, it goes bad and starts smelling. This is what it looks like. This is a great everyday neutral palette. I use this on date nights. I use this when I just kind of want to be basic. I mean, that's pretty much what this is. It's every basic girl's dream eyeshadow palette. I really like these greens down here on the bottom, these two. You can wear this fall, summer, like, I mean, it's perfect for all year round, and I just absolutely just love this palette. So, all right, guys, so that's my, if I can only keep 10 eyeshadow palettes, and let me know, what do you guys think? Do you have some of these on your list? Are they not on your list? Are there some that you, like, really, really want? What are your favorite 10 eyeshadow palettes that you have? Let me know in the comments. I love talking to you guys. I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers that I've recently gotten. You guys have no idea how happy it makes me that people actually like to watch me. And I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.